kind of thing. You can see this sort of thing that Jake, who says he's going to our tour soon, finds very funny. You can see the craft, with this person laughing about it. There is no, like, there's literally no thing that is off limit when you're a leftoid ideologue. You know, I mean, look at what's happened to comedy, essentially. If we go even to Sam Tripoli posted this. Holy crap, this club just canceled all my favorite comics because they consulted with local comedians and decided that it was not a good idea to host shows. Kurt Metzger writing, I'm sorry, but this is too funny not to immediately put on blast. Also, am I mistaken that the club is in Seattle's historic Chaz district? Kurt looks up towards heaven. Thank you, George Floyd, for the fun I'm about to have with this on Twitter after I take a quick dump BRB. So they put this out. This is a comedy club. After careful consideration and discussions with our team, investors, local comedians, and neighborhood advocacy groups, we have encountered a challenging situation that requires us to revisit the planned shows. Capitol Hill is known for its progressive values, and we've received significant feedback expressing concerns about the alignment of these upcoming shows with the neighborhood's ethos. This feedback includes concerns from our local advocacy groups that are deeply embedded in our community and will work towards upholding its values. By the way, when this place goes out of business in 2 years, I will shed no tears. Because that's essentially what's going to happen. Given the feedback and to avoid any potential negative impact on both our club and the artists involved, as well as to maintain the harmony within our community, we believe the most responsible course of action is to move forward, not to move forward, with shows for Dave Smith on April 11th, Luis J. Gomez, May 31st through June 1st, Jim Florentine, and sadly, Kurt Metzger on October 11th and 12th as well. This decision was not made lightly, and we want to ensure that it does not reflect on your talent and the quality of your work, but instead on a reflection on our commitment to our community's values. Seattle Comedy Club cancels 4 unwoke comments. You know, this is from Fridays. You know, I guess, you know, Seattle Comedy Club just canceled 4 comedians from its winter and spring schedule after careful consideration. Metzger, the co-host of the Jimmy Dore Show, shared an update on his Seattle appearance on his X account, warning adult language. The note from Jess Anderson, the club's owner and booker, doesn't directly explain why any of the 4 comedians are not suitable to be heard in the club. It's not a matter of poor ticket sales either, as some of the shows were still several weeks away, and in theory could sell out between now and then. These comedians tell the wrong jokes. There's no other explanation. This is via Hollywood, Christian Toto on Hollywood and Toto.
Wokeness,
Metzger
bro. Wokeness. That is why they canceled.
Why any of which canceled 4 comedians? You know, Comedy Club canceled. You know, this.
That is why the Seattle Comic Club canceled 4 non-woke comics. That is why the Seattle Comic Club canceled 4 non-woke comics. That is why the Seattle Comic Club canceled 4 non-woke comics. Facts. Wokeness, bro. It is a disease.
Comedy Club cancels
Wokeness
4 unwoke comics.
Is a societal malady, a social malady.
From Fridays,
Wokeness,
you know, I guess,
wokeness
you know, Seattle
is
Comedy Club just
a
canceled.
social malady, a societal malady. that needs
reflection
to be
on our commitment
eradicated.
to our community's values. Seattle Comedy Club cancels 4 unwoke comments.
Crazy. Stupidity.
You know, this is from Fridays. You know, I guess, you know,
Idiocy.
Seattle Comedy Club just canceled 4
Idiocy.
comedians from its winter and spring schedule after careful consideration. Metzger, the co-host of the Jimmy Dore Show, shared an update on his Seattle appearance on his X account, warning adult language. The note from Jess Anderson, the club's owner and booker, doesn't directly explain why any of the 4 comedians are not suitable to be heard in the club. It's not a matter of poor ticket sales either, as some of the shows were still several weeks away, and in theory could sell out between now and then. These comedians tell the wrong jokes. There's no other explanation. This is via Hollywood and Christian Toto over on Hollywood and Toto. Metzger is a show business veteran, an Emmy-winning writer, with credits including Inside Amy Schumer, Gross, and Chappelle Show. He also works alongside Dore, routinely deconstructs media narratives of the left, right, and center. Florentine also has decades in stand-up comedy and provided voices to Comedy Central's Prank Anchors program. The gig included voicing Special Ed, a mentally challenged puppet who was memory holed by Comedy Central's YouTube channel. I remember that. Dave Smith, the libertarian comedian and podcast host of the Part of the Problem podcast, he's graced such problematic podcasts such as the Joe Rogan Experience and Tim Pool IRL. Gomez, part of the Legion of Skanks podcast, is the founder of Gas Digital Podcast Network and is arguably the most irreverent of the quartet. Gomez took the cancellation stride, noting it's hardly the only comedy club that refuses to book him. Yes, on today's real podcast, but to be fair, it's their right to book whoever they want.
That is good that he handled it well, Gomez.
Real podcast,
that
but
he
to
did
be
not
fair,
allow that
their right to
to
book whoever they
cause him to spaz out. That is good that he did not allow that to cause him to spaz out. That is good that he did not allow that to cause him to spaz out.
Digital Podcast Network is arguably the most irreverent of the quartet.
He maintained
Gomez took the
civility
cancellation
class.
stride, noting it's hardly the only comedy club that refuses to book him. Yes, on today's real podcast, but to be fair, their
Equanimity,
the only
calmness,
comedy club that refuses to book him. Yes, on today's
equanimity.
Gomez took the cancellation stride, noting it's hardly the only comedy club that refuses to book him. Yes, on today's real podcast, but to be fair, it's their right to book whoever they want. They weren't particularly bad about it. I'll find another venue. I would not have chosen to make a stink about this. There are plenty of venues that will not book us. I'm not as familiar with a lot of these people, you know. Anderson would stand up for herself, offered a laughable defense of the art form in her note, quote, "We truly value the art of comedy and the diverse perspectives it brings our lives." Her club regularly features open mic comedians who knows what they might say on any given night. Capitol Hill also shares a regular showcase dubbed Queers to the Front. Celebrate a vibrant voice of the queer community with a specially curated open mic night at Queers to the Front. We amplify stories, jokes, and narratives of marginalized voices. I mean, this is just bad business, you know, in general.
Yeah.
I don't know why any of these people would want to go to Seattle in the first place. Like, I mean, honestly,
Woke
if I had to
City.
choose between going downtown Seattle,
Woke City, Seattle.
this is just bad business, you know, in general. I don't know why any of these people would want to go to Seattle in the first place. Like, I mean, honestly, if I had to choose between going downtown Seattle, Portland, or New York, that's like Sophie's choice level of difficult decisions. any one of them, there's a high percentage chance that I won't come back alive.
Wow.
It is wild. When you're Kurt Metzger, he's somebody that kind of makes fun of everybody. But when you live in these weirdo bubbles, with a lot of these, when you like live your life with these leftist ideologies,
Radicals.
even if somebody is, fair, so to speak, somebody who makes fun of all sides, you can't take it. You can't take somebody who makes fun of both sides. It has to be exclusively the right or not at all.
Crazy. Goofy.
You can't take somebody who makes fun of both sides. It has to be exclusively the right or not at all.
Wow.
And ultimately, the short path, the political humor, this, that, and the other thing, it kind of was a shortcut for a lot of hacky comedians to get in front of a mic. And now I fear that, with Trump in the presidential race again, we may see another rise of these lame Trump jokes over and over and over again. But certainly these clubs, it's their choice not to have these people. That's fine.
Yeah.
The state of comedy has basically never been worse. But there are outliers out there who are doing a good job. I'm glad that comedian Chrissie Mayr was unharmed by this lunatic.
Yes.
And I'm sure these other individuals will all be able to find, suitable alternatives almost certainly.
Yeah, bro. Let me know what y'all think candidly about this. Let me know what y'all think candidly about this. Yeah. People gotta cease the softness, yo. If you do not, like David Lucas said, look these comedians, look up the comedians, do research before you go to the comedy show, bro. Do research before you go to the comedy show, yo. You have to. If you do not want, you cannot get mad if you do if you do not do the research. You cannot get mad if a comedian says what you dislike. You gotta be able to take jokes, yo. The job of a comedian is to tell jokes. So if you get upset, outraged, that if you spaz out, that is on you. If you spaz out, that is on you. It is. You gotta be, do not, if you cannot handle jokes, do not go to comedy shows. I said this multiple times before. If you cannot handle jokes, do not go to comedy shows. Do not go. If you know that you will get upset, angry, do not go. Why would you pay money to, why would you waste money? It is not sagacious, not judicious, not it is not judicious, not sagacious, not wise to do that. Yo, you sad, bro, sad that a lot of people have softness, fragility. They that yeah that incessant lividity is not good for the physical health. It cannot be good for the physical health to be incessantly livid, mad, upset. It cannot be good for it cannot be good for the physical health to be incessantly livid, to be incessantly livid, angry, mad, upset. You gotta chill, you gotta kill the snowflake-ish, bro. You have to kill the snowflake-ish. You have to. That you will not grow if you will not grow if you have that snowflake mindset. You will not grow if you have that snowflake mindset. You will not grow if you have that snowflake mindset. Facts. Peace.